Alright, this is going on YouTube, so I hit record now. Uh, Today I'm coaching Zacoi. If you know who Zacoi is, he is mid-diamond hammer player, low diamond some seasons. Depends on how he decides to go about it. And he plays Sentinel now, so we're coaching him on Sentinel games. These are all in tournament, so uh, they're at the highest caliber. We have this game versus Ethan. We're just going to go into it straight up and start with this one. Wow. Okay.
3, 2, 1, ball.
Okay, I mean, this is bad on both sides, and I'm not supposed to coach Ethan, so I will ignore what he did. But with what you did, you seem like you're really scared of him to contest this weapon, and you don't always have to contest weapons. That's fine, but you're not really setting yourself to do anything, and it gets really weird because at the end of it all, you actually do jump up at the top to the top of the weapon, and all that does is make it so you have to land with no jumps. Now he backdashes away from you, so it doesn't really matter, but you do see where you go down with no jumps, and this doesn't always happen because openings are always different, but you have to think about what a good opening is and what it entails, and you've put yourself in a position here to have a bad one, mainly because you're going to land with no jumps here, and the only reason you get this weapon by the tip of it is because he also wastes his jumps. He wastes them in a different way because he does them instantly. See, he jumps and then jumps again really fast, so he doesn't push his jumps to the max height. But yeah, that's that. Continue on. Oh, I got a message. Continuing on. You do get this weapon, that's fine. So, now that you have the weapon, maybe hit him would be good. Because you go through this entire... And this happens pretty fast, so you're not going to say, oh, I spent a lot of time on this, but you can see that you're not really threatening him here because of the way you're jumping. I can't tell what you really want to do. You could maybe explain it, but he's giving you room, and I understand that you can't really move into unarmed. It's just like it's annoying. It has good priority. It's really kind of stupid, right? The thing is, what exactly is this jumping for? Because he ends up moving into you, and then you run away. So what is happening here? And then when you finally backdash through him, he runs towards you. You jump again. He gets the weapon for free because you do in there. He doesn't get it because he's also a pussy, but whatever. He's gonna miss too, and that was really good, but this entire interaction is like Fear 101. Like, what are you scared of when Ethan dodges into you on an arm and you have guitars and are floating? What is he gonna do that you're not gonna beat out? Because the problem with unarmed is that when you approach it or go into it, it uses its magnet and light to actually catch you out of like the middle of your moves for the most part, or sidelight just beats you out. But he's not going to run at you with an arm and threaten you because you can easily just put out a guitar and light in front of him to stop him, or an air or something, right? So being scared against someone approaching you with an arm is not it. Like, you have time to hit him here, and I think you see that you have time to hit him here. When you finally do throw out a move, it has no height to it. He's not near you anymore. Nothing really is to be gained from this nair except for him to actually pick up the weapon. He chooses not to because Ethan doesn't think clearly when he plays this game. That was good. Punish. The thing is, here you get his aerial dodge here, and that's down 3 seconds now. So you downlight, and then you nair, but you can't do anything else, so you just said yourself you should have dared. Yeah, you could have also recovered or whatever. Maybe double recovery works. Recovery is 22 damage on its own.
I think dare I can
Yeah,
follow up
you
with
do dare,
light.
sidelight, downlight is true again. You can do a lot of stuff. The thing is, you do the completely wrong thing, so I don't understand why you
Wasn't
go
worth
with that.
it.
It was, I mean,
Could have been worse.
though it could have been worse because you could have not hit him, right? You have a reward. Why would you take the worst reward? It's like saying someone walking up to you and offering you money and you take the lowest amount of money. Why? Living through that light is solid. You should have punished this way earlier, but it's just slow. Next time you do it correctly, it's just damage you're missing now. That Sarah was way too fast. The thing with guitars off stage like this is that they get up surprisingly fast, and by the time you actually want to Sarah, your Sarah reaches to like here, like this entire thing, right? And that's really annoying. You've seen that happen against everyone. It's just a thing. It's guitars, right? So he has to respect this area when he's edge guarding you, but you jump up well, you first of all, this looks like a misenter on the dodge and a lot of stuff going on in your head. But you jump up, and you have I think you reset your dodge, your jumps here, and that's fine. So, just like not clear, you not sure about you having your jumps back, because it does look like you probably get them back, right? You probably think you do. So you jump up and you stare like this. He's not really in that position of threat to get punished, especially since he didn't really end light or do anything on the side. So it just kind of fucks you up. This Sair, because you have no jump, is very dangerous, because this will happen, right? You see what I'm talking about? And this isn't necessarily your fault. You should never throw out moves like this with no jump unless they're in like some stun or something, right? The problem is that you didn't know you had no jumps. Like, it's not clear to you. It's not visually clear to you had no jumps, Mr. Jump Mod user, right? You had no way of knowing unless you were paying attention to the circles. No one really does that. But it would have been better if you actually had a wall touch animation or something. But yeah. Downlight Sarah is the best punish you can get out of it. Nair is too rushed and not really there anymore. I think you also nared there with no jumps again, and I will push this on you a lot, because doing stuff when you have no jump is really bad. So. I'm not sure why you threw your weapon, especially at this angle. If he stayed on the, like, you're trying to punish that side light with a weapon throw, that's not really rewarding to you. I hate this guy, and all you really do by getting that is like hitting the weapon throw and then he moves away from you. It's not really a good punish. It's like 1 damage, right? So and realistically he does get away from it. You just disarm yourself. A throw like that is not really good. And the thing is, so this is the side light, and this is what it's look like. Your initial reaction to this side light is to jump away, and this is something you'll get better at as you play and as you go on. The weapon throw, the jump is your reaction to the side light. That's fine, okay? And you also, you have no dodge because you did this. I don't know why you did this, by the way. I don't get why anyone would ever do this, the dodge sliding on the ground thing, because this isn't even like a cancelable dodge. You're gonna go through the full dodge of this, so it doesn't really make sense. In reaction, in actuality, you're just gonna keep it going, like, because you're gonna slide across the entire ground. And then Ethan, who is now behind you, will do this side light if he didn't also spot dodge nothing, right? Like, the only reason you're not punished immediately for this is because Ethan also made a mistake, kind of. But continuing on, your reaction is to jump. I will say that you have better reaction time than this, don't you? Like, there's no way it's this bad. You've played a bunch of games. You played shooting games, League of Legends. Like, I know you have an okay enough reaction time to know that this is not going to hit you. This is not in range for you. So jumping is really bad for a reaction here, because you have ample amount of time to say, oh, I'm fine from this, and you can turn around and sidelight him. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think I was maybe unsure about the second end light hit.
That's more
why
like
I
you just
jumped.
scared, so you try to jump away.
That too.
The weapon throw, like I said, is already bad for reasons
I think I
of
threw
disarming
it
yourself.
with hammer. I think that one hit, so that's why I threw it.
Okay, well then that brings up another argument of this is not for you to get at all because of where it is, the way this looks, and really look at this and say, okay, I'm going to disarm myself while I'm standing here to then contest Ethan for this weapon that is on him with unarmed, and he has spear in the air so he can do nair and stuff. It's not really smart, is it? That weapon's gonna be there and it's not gonna go away. If your plan is to fight him for it, you can fight him with the Katars and then pick up the weapon after you've knocked him away from it. And I do get that you are a hammer player, so you want hammer over everything, but there's a smart way to make sure you're taking the least amount of damage possible when you go for the next weapon. Highlight, downlight. This was because of the way you picked it up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you picked it up and then you just go for a stomp. I like stomp, and I'll explain to you times where you can use it. This is not a necessarily bad stomp. The thing is, it's early, right? It's early, and because it's early, it's in the wrong direction. If you gave yourself more time, actually, you would have just turned first. And so look at that. So and think about it, because if you didn't start the stomp, this is your first frame of stomp, and he's still in the air. He's not gonna touch the ground yet. Just mistimed. Okay, but mistiming isn't really a problem. The bigger problem here is that it's early, and if you had given yourself that extra frame, you could have turned first, right? So it would have actually hit him. And yeah, so you get punished because you dodged before you did that down light. It's gonna be the full punish, and that was a good option. Then you do the thing again where, or is that him? It's him. He does it again, and the only reason it works on you is because what is this weapon throw for, right? You've hit him, and you have stage control. So why is your opening act on someone that's only yellow really to throw your weapon? And I know weapon throws are broken. We all know weapon throws are broken. We all complain about weapon throws, but it gets to a point where you have advantage state and you're giving away your advantage state because you want to get the weapon out of your hand. All this does is not only disarm you. I think this is terrible, by the way. Imagine if you kept your weapon when he did this and you just stomped or you end-lighted him, right? So it doesn't really make sense to do that. Then that's just to explain why I think this dodge is so bad, because things work even though they shouldn't, right? Or even though you think they're bad. And I've said that like, oh, this isn't good, but you're gonna go here. I mean, this is a case of this working, and I'm explaining to you why it only worked because you made a misplay. So don't dodge for no reason. This is mainly because you're trying to dash back, but it'll get more obvious later that dodging for no reason is really bad. It's a good punish, and then I don't understand what you thought was gonna happen or why you really did this. He's gonna dodge, but why did you dodge to stop? And I get that you don't want to go off stage, right? So just stop then, because look at where you are. There's nowhere to go with this dodge. If you're gonna dodge, it's to go off stage. So you have to stop yourself now, and now he gets back on, and there's not much to be done with it anymore, right?
Yeah.
So Ethan understands his option choices when he throws stuff out. That's supposed to be a punish. A missed punish isn't going to cost you anything. But now you've noticed that if you're counting, you've missed 2 punishes, so now you're missing damage, and this one costs you a stock. So missed punishes matter. Like, they're not a thing where you go into a replay and you go, oh, I missed this punish, right? You don't go, because sometimes you just miss punishes. I miss punishes. Sometimes you drop combos. I drop combos. But if you are doing it a lot, and now in this game alone it's been 2, and each just costs you something, right? Before it costs you damage, now it costs you a stock. They're going to stack up, and it's going to be bad for you. So this side stick does come out at the end, and it's fine. Ethan just understands his options, and you missed a punish for him, so he punished you back with a signature. He clears the weapons, and now you should look at in your head, and you should think to yourself, what is the game plan here? What do I have to do to get back into this game? Because you realistically, Ethan is playing a fast character who can put out a lot of damage if you let him. He is an orange, and light orange to be fair, but orange, and you are in white on your second stock. So now, not only do you have to end this stock, you have to end it without taking too much damage on your first stock. We're just going to go skip ahead here. This is you fresh on your stock, and by the time you end it, you have failed that goal in that mission of staying healthy. And why is that? It doesn't matter why that is, but you have to understand that each time you start a stock, each time you start a next stock, there is a goal at hand, right? And for example, what are you thinking when this is what you're looking at? You're going, okay, I have to do this damage and kill him before I take damage, and his goal is I have to get him even to me or greater before I die. He's willing to get hit 1 for 1. You're really not, because you're at a deficit. So, and that's just the view on it. It doesn't really say what you should have done or what mistakes you made, but it says you have to understand that you start the game with a goal, and you have to understand what your goal is. Now, you continue on. You start the stock off. Realistically, you want to get him to orange a bit here and then Russian Mafia him. This was a very bad movement from you. Like, it was just not good movement, because you could have hit him there with an air. 1 punish isn't going to end the game, but that's 3 now that you've missed. And then when you do jump, you stay in the air against Spear, and you go for the very, very obvious weapon, so he just downlights it. Another punish missed, and if you think you couldn't have punished this, I'll tell you that you could have if you were just faster. Because you are out of your dodge here, and you touch the ground, so now turn, and go for the punish. This is how long it takes you to turn. A turn is not a bunch of frames. I'm pretty sure it's like one actually for your character animation to switch. So you could have started your movement. You also cancel your dash really early. That's a good punish. And now you have him in an edge guard, and if you're watching his resources here, he has 1 jump left. What do? You get hit. And this is kind of a strange spot to be in because you know that you're not at an angle to actually edge guard him because you didn't set yourself up to be. You haven't decided. At this point, you're still thinking about what to do next, right? But you, and the better you get, the better you'll be at it. But you need to have made that decision on what you are going to do next, right here, on this jump. On this jump, you have to make the decision of what will happen next. You still haven't made it. You're standing here, but you have no idea what you're going to do. You can tell you have no idea what you're going to do because when he moves towards you, you go all the way back here, and then you immediately switch sides and go here because you don't know what you want to do, and you're waiting for him to do something about it. When you try to switch sides, though, he nares you, and that's a mistake, but that's whatever. So look at this person with no jumps left. Grayed out because he has no jumps left. If he dodges early, he's kind of fucked, so he's not going to dodge early. He's smarter than that. He's going to wait till he has to dodge, which is here, to actually get towards the stage and not just get stomped here. And I think that's what you're really looking for, like super hard when you turn here. It's to go get a stomp here or something. But at right here, if you had made that decision, you can actually just contest him in the air because you know all he has left is dodge. It doesn't matter where he dodges or why he dodges. It's all he has left. It's all he can do. So you jump up, you contest the air with him, not close enough to get nared, obviously, but close enough to punish anything he does because there's only so many things he can do. He can only dodge. He can't jump anymore. I'm pretty sure he has his recovery, but he doesn't want to be above hammer. That's not a playable game for him, right? So even if he does recovery, you react with another jump and you nair him. If he stays even with you, you can get that Sarah as soon as he dodges. If he nairs you, then you shouldn't be close enough to get hit by it realistically, and then you can put him out with that too. You are unsure. What?
What should I have done there? Nair?
It doesn't matter what you should have done. The problem is that you are not sure what to do. Like you don't go to contest him at all. He comes back to stage. At this jump, you should have made the decision to go up and level with him, because if you are leveled with him, that is your best position. Instead, you give him the stage, right? If you're following along, you give him the stage here, and then you try to move back in and out. You don't know what you want to do. Do you think can you look at this and say, "Oh, I had an idea." Yeah, you want to delight him right here, but that's not an option because he's so high up, so it doesn't really make sense. Looking at everything you could have done, your best chance was to be leveled with him. That way you can catch the dodge, because that's all he has left. And I said, yeah, he can recovery, but he really, really, really doesn't want to. That's really bad for him to recover. This is you moving way too fast on something because he's on the air. Stomping when people are on the air is like a habit, and I'll say I suffer from it too, but it's a bad habit. You shouldn't be stomping while people are still above you. You don't get anything out of it. That Sarah was fine, but the downlight after was not, mainly because the Sarah put you in such a long recovery frames that he was just going to attack you anyway. So doing downlight is just like saying here hit me rather than moving out the way. Another slow punish, also the wrong punish. You might as well have nared that. And so I get hit by side light a lot, and punishing it is hard, and it depends where you get and where you dodge, right? I will say that I don't miss the punishes a lot because on spear you always dodge down, so you can downlight the downlight. But on obviously you switch up your dodges so you don't start getting red. But on hammer, when you make a dodge like this, you have to go in for that Sarah instantly. You are free right here, and you don't go for the Sarah till here. You see what I'm saying? You need to punish instantly. This is where your dodge is over. Your dodge is done. No dodge. You're still moving. You're still moving freely. Your nair just started. This is the first frame of your nair. I mean, of your set. You could have stomped. Dodges. Sarah's, you don't stomp. I mean, it was an obvious recovery. It wasn't bad though. I will say that Ethan just downsigged and you walked into it, but recovering high is not always the best option. Recovering low is not always the best option. It's a 50-50. You just lost it that time, so it's not bad. You shouldn't have done that downsig, mainly because of I mean, it's Kantar's consistency. He kind of moved a bit away, and you need the kill, so I get it. Okay, Ethan. Okay, so now you once again, you see how the stock is gone. So real quick before the fighting starts, while he's dead, while you hit him and he's dying, you go, okay, this is where I am. What's the kill? What's the game plan now? The game plan now is to get him to red before dying, if you are lucky. But you just need some damage on him at all before dying, and that's your goal. So your goal is to do damage before dying here, and this is a lot of whiffs. The thing about hammer is, and I say this a lot personally, maybe you agree with it, maybe you don't. When you play hammer, you're not exactly always looking to land your hits. And when I say that, I mean your hits are supposed to apply pressure, and they're supposed to make someone do something. This hit isn't going to hit, it's not going to make him jump, it's not going to make him do anything, because it's so narrow, right, and you're not really moving it into him. So he's just kind of fine, he doesn't really have to do anything. He misses the punish, that's fine. This sidelight, also slow, also not the best thing you can do here, mainly because if he really wanted to, he could have just kept moving. The sidelight doesn't really do much. Realistically, what you want to do now in this situation, and this sidelight is just like, and I'm saying this highlight is bad not because it didn't hit, because Ethan realistically shouldn't even like be in this spot anymore, and he really isn't by the time you throw it out, but he's close at least. I would say that I would have been like, guy like me would have been here by now, and then jumping to get the weapon. It's just really far from you. This highlight was super late, like super duper late. Realistically, I would say you go up and start defending this weapon however you can, whether that's stomping on the platform to catch the jump up, and lighting it, naring it from under, anything you want to do to defend this weapon, because that's his clear next choice. And you can see now you're doing it, and he has to move away from the weapon, and that's basically the goal of hammer. I would really suggest you do not switch to this weapon in this scenario, because you are playing for as much damage as you can possibly get, as fast as you can get it, and trying to rely on reads and strings in this scenario rather than a free 20 damage and a stomp 30 damage, right, is not the smartest thing. I would say you should keep the weapon you had there, but you do read him, and then you fumble the bag. Guy like me wouldn't have, but that's fine. So you endlight him, you read the dodge here, you go for the dare, that's good. The nair comes out. I'm not wrenched, but I would say that if you're keeping a good track of what he has left, and I'm not wrenched, but he jumps up here, and he can recover you, yes. Going up like this doesn't really give you access to anything, does it? Because of how fast he can move. When you go up, and now you're looking like at a dare angle, wouldn't just. No, I guess he jumps. But okay, so dodging doesn't really make sense, is what I'm saying. You can go up with a jump and then dare this way, right? That would probably be the best option, considering he has to go back to map. Maybe
he doesn't have
Saren.
dodge, right?
No, because it's an air dodge, and you hit him up there. So no dodge, and it should be back by like now. You could have hit him, and then he dodges. I think he dodged when he could. I'm not gonna count the frames though. But what I'm saying is, he's limited resources, so dodging wastes a lot of your time, where a jump could apply more pressure. I don't see why you would dodge to reset. I personally have never seen wrench like dodge on a gimp rather than jump, because dodging just is more time, especially when you dodge up, because you can only cancel your moves with upward momentum, and you want to stay leveled with them or move down with them.
I think I'm just scared of wasting my aerial options.
Yeah, I mean, an all or nothing mentality is bad. I'm not going to say that you should have gone for it just because of how far behind you are. I don't agree with that myself even, but you definitely have stuff still, right?
Yeah.
On this, you're still on a jump. It's safe for you to go for something, unless Ethan reverses you, and then at that point I'm playing for you. This is unfortunate. This isn't true, I know that.
No.
You should have tried to go for a read at this point, because going for untrue stuff when it's obviously not true is like, I mean, you know this is not true. I'm surprised this didn't work, by the way. This hard light down. So, but that's whatever. So this isn't true, so don't go for it. Especially, like, some people don't dodge it, but you're playing against Ethan in a tournament, right? So why would he not? You should always assume people are going to dodge it. Even if he doesn't dodge it, you can probably react to whatever he does next. You should try to read the dodge that he does do.
Yeah.
Slow punish. It's like 5 now. You've wasted all your jumps, it's really bad. He's spamming moves on the ground, so it doesn't matter, but you see it. You've done a good job of that stock of doing damage. Like he's an orange and you're only on yellow on your last, so it's not terrible. You just need a bit more damage to knock him out. Obviously you never get it and you die first. That stomp did nothing. Okay, wrong option here.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that when you play hammer, you don't really make anyone want to do anything. I don't feel like Ethan is ever threatened by you at all. And honestly, to a certain extent, it looks like he's messing with you at some points because he does stupid shit like stand still there. You're not really like, he's not scared. And he really should be, because if you hit him, you do 20 damage, right? But the thing is, you're not swinging at him. You're swinging at kind of nothing a lot of the times. Like this Sarah up there, I didn't really like it because it's just like, has nothing to do with anything, right? Like that side is bad, obviously, but that's something else. So when you get this dare here and you back up to downlight and you downlight again, this downlight was good. The first one was not. The thing is, when you downlight like this, okay, you forced him backwards. So why are you giving up that pressure that you just put on him? You just made him give you the space that he did, that give you space, right? So now you push onto him with a side light. He's not gonna be able to react to it. And if he does, he is gonna be able to react to it, but that reaction is not going to be to stop you. He's not going to end light you out of this side light because your side light will actually beat it out, especially since he's still having a turn around, right? He's going to have to turn around here and then do the end light. You're going to be on him already side lighting because you've bought space with that down light. The best thing he's going to get out of this is to jump, right? And if he doesn't jump, he goes here. That's even less space for him. He's going to run off the stage at this point, so he can't really give up this stage. You sidelight here, he jumps, and then now you have him in the air. Now you can start looking for juggles or anything else you want, because him jumping and being below you is not going to be, he's not going to instant dare this. If you sidelight him and he jumps, you will be able to move again, because the sidelight would have, you should have started your sidelight like here, right? So you sidelight about here at this point. That's a division symbol if you know anything about math, but I know you don't, so it's fine. You start your sidelight around here, and you make him jump to here. He's not going to instant dare because your sidelight would have been over by the time you get here with it. The point of it is not even to hit him, it's to pressure him into making it, to using another option. So if he instant dares, you punish it. If he keeps jumping, you follow him, because now he's wasting jumps and you still have big hitboxes. It's just pressure. It's making him do something. He doesn't have to do anything. He's just walking around freely, especially since what you actually do end up doing is completely giving up all the thing you had by jumping backwards and then downlighting again, which he decides to just run into that time. And that's why I said it looks like he's, that's why I said it looks like he's kind of messing with you at a certain point, because it doesn't make sense for him to just switch sides like that and then turn again. It's kind of a weird sidelight for him to do. I'm surprised he did that. That Sarah was what I'm talking about, where it's like it feels like you're swinging with too much commitment and too little thinking about it. I don't, and like I said about that touchstick, I don't know why he just decided to stand still. You took advantage of it to the full, so good job. Surprised he didn't die, that's unfortunate, but it's whatever, sometimes people don't die. This jumping does nothing. He's dashing back and forth, and your first goal is to just run. Your goal, what you do here is you jump 3 times, dodge, and then land on this obvious-ass platform. And I don't think I need to explain to you why that looks stupid. Ooh. This was just like, so yeah, you see why that's bad, right? Jump all 3, use all 3 of my jumps, my dodge, and then land on a platform. That's really bad, don't do that. Continuing on, he downlights you, like I said. He misses double downlight mainly because he didn't have it. Then you downlight, then you pick up the weapon, kind of move down. I want to look at this because it was kind of weird. I don't know. I don't like that you didn't land on the platform. You probably should have landed on the platform, so I'd go through it. I wouldn't have downlighted. That's just good from Ethan. Ethan wants me to explain why this is stupid. Zacoi, do you see why this is stupid? Jumping 3 times and then dodging in the air against Spear and then landing on the most obvious platform in the game. I don't think I need to explain to you why this is stupid. This is stupid because you use literally all your options very fast, and then you don't even use your recovery to get even more height. You have no options left, and you just decide you're going to fall into him. That's why it's stupid. Okay. I don't recommend you take risky stuff like that, especially when you're on the verge of
Skin
winning a
diff.
game. Skin diff? No. Maybe skin diff, but this was still very risky. It's not like you have hammer. If you have hammer, maybe, but like, this is just like spacing diff, brain diff. Okay, so let's talk about why you lost this game, right? I counted maybe 6 mispunishes, and like I said, mispunishes don't mean anything until they start stacking up. 6 mispunishes on hammer is 20 damage each, and that's 120 damage you missed out on, right? That's not the math, but maybe it is. I don't remember. I'm not gonna do that in my head.
That's a stock.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage you missed. Now, that being said, it's not the end of the world, right? There's points where you get hit where you don't have to, like that. That's damage you taking, you don't need to be taking. If you continue on, you can see that this first stock is a majority of you playing guitars, and that's fine, you can play guitars. But where does this damage, where does it change, right? Like you can see, if you go through a replay on a even game or a game that's close, you can see the, you can see the health gradually change for both people. Like here, the health is changing. Here, the health for Ethan stops changing till about here. That can't happen. Your health keeps changing and his just stops. That means you're no longer trading evenly, and he's beating you at every single interaction. And it literally starts when you go for that Sare. That's fine. This isn't the end of the world. This evens up the game. In fact, this Nair fucks you. You get punished for that. That downlight is nothing. You don't punish that, like I said earlier. Like you unarm yourself and you get 2 dares before because of it. Don't ever get hit by this, by the way. What the fuck? Like, why do you just take another one? This is like some crocky shit. I never see this happen anymore unless someone dodges. You have a dodge, so you can easily get out of this. But yeah, because you ate both of them, in fact, like, I really don't understand why you ate both of these, but because you did and finally dodged nothing, right, it just puts you in a really bad spot to get hit by that, and that's, the damage is built up on you pretty fast, but it's still damage you're taking while hitting him back. You move on, and you die first, mainly because of that damage buildup that you never do even up back. Second stock is okay, but about here, you start taking damage, because the problem with your second stock is that you start trading, and you're trading evenly, however. Like I said, this entire interaction is an interaction that you should have worked on. You should know where you should commit to stuff and get your kills, but you can see how you're still getting hit very, very often without hitting him back, and when you finally do throw out moves and place moves like this, they're out of place as hell. They're really bad. Like, they can be nairs, they can be other options. That you need to force people to do things on hammer. Ethan, you were playing against Ethan, and it literally looks like he's walking around you. Sometimes you'll throw out a move, and then he'll punish it. And that's really what it looks like. Unless you see something different, you haven't really said anything. So if you disagree with me, you can say it. But that's really what it does look like playing these games. You move around him, not really threatening him, not really doing anything. When he finally throws out a move at you, right, you don't punish it, and then he punishes you. And that's what's happening the majority of times here. The times you take a lot of damage are just poor movement and then poor dodges. Continuing on, you have a new game plan here of taking this stock. It's not too bad, and you can Russian Mafia him here. You don't put out Stomp enough at all, by the way. That move is broken as hell. That move is 8 frame startup for 11 damage and combos into every other move in the game. So you really should Stomp way more than you do, even in both game modes. Shout out to Snowy for that one. Side Sig there is fine. Doesn't kill him. It's unfortunate that it does. I really did think it would too. That ground pound is a terrible edge guard. At this point, you're dealing with a big damage deficit, and that's the downline I talked to you about earlier, where it doesn't make sense. And then you move back through the platform rather than going above it. So it's just stuff like that. Little things are happening constantly, and I just went through a bunch of interactions really fast, right? The thing is, in every one of those interactions, you were coming out at the bottom. You were losing because of something like a miss space move, or because you decide to punish late, or because you said nothing. I think as we go on, we'll see maybe instances of you dodging for no reason. You haven't been bad about that, besides the dashing into a cancel dodge. That's really bad, and stuff like that. But yeah, continuing on to the next game. Let's look at you versus Cody. Now, this game, like you said, these games, like you said, were better, and we'll talk about game plan when we get here.
2.
Yeah.
What? This game doesn't matter what game it is.
Game
but
one?
I don't know. I didn't watch you play the set. Okay, I will tell you right now, by the way. Cody does the same opening every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time. It's the same one every single time. It stops you. It doesn't really matter because there's not much you can do about it unless you know at that very moment, so you can punish him. The dare that's going to end up around here or wherever it ends up, right? So it doesn't really matter. What you should know then, at least about this opening, is that you get the weapon every single time because of it, and you take that to full effect. The thing is now, you don't realize fast enough that he is out of jumps when he went for that weapon. Right here, you have landed to the ground. How long does it take you before you decide that you were going to jump again? That many frames, so about 4. You didn't really have to. You could have just downlighted him, you could have unlighted him, and it's Barraza, so he'll be taking 2 hits instead of 1 because of the defense difference. What you do is nair on someone that's not gonna be in the air anymore. You nair someone that's about to land on the ground, right? That's not very straight, is it?
No.
Sidelight him. There's that. That nair was good. Those are nairs I'm talking about. These are nairs that make people do something. He had to dodge the snare or he was going to eat it. That's good. Those are good nairs. Those are good snares like that make people do something is good. That is how you play Hammer. Because now that he has done that, look at where he is. This is a bad snare, by the way. I'm going to explain in a second. Look at where he is left with. No jumps, coming out of dare recovery frame on guns, landing here because of the fact that he dared. Okay, you have all your jumps. The only reason you are not free right now is because you throw out this air. You can walk up to him and endlight him. You can walk up to him and downlight him. Tell me if you disagree with anything. You can walk up to him and sidelight him. That's all true, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought it was gonna hit.
Stop thinking about what's going to hit and look at what is going to definitely hit, right? You don't have to think about some of this stuff. He has no jumps. You walk up to him. Thinking in the moment's not bad, though, so I'm not going to find it too hard. This sidelight hits you because of that. And you dodge up, that's fine. But then whenever you dodge up, I have to tell you personally that you keep jumping. For example, if you get hit by a spear sidelight and you dodge up and then don't keep jumping, they can recover you. If you do keep jumping, then they match you and they can't recover you very easily, right? So when you dodge up, you should keep jumping. You should never just dodge up and stay. You should try to go back down because you get hit by shit like this. And you can see what I'm talking about with moves that exist to make you do something because Cody is a fucking animal at it. He sidelights you, and now you have no dodge, he sidelights you again, and you have to give up the entire map.
Yeah.
You have to give up the entire map or eat the sidelight, and those are your 2 options. And that is what I'm talking about. You have to do that, especially on Hammer. That is Hammer's entire kit. Should have been a nair. The reason this should have been a nair is because this leaves you under the map, and now you have to fight him again for the stage, right? If you nair him, you go up, and then you can sneak in under him. That nair was not bad, slightly misspaced, right? Slightly off, right? But that's one instance of something that is slightly off now, and that is 20 damage that you didn't get. Okay, stop doing that. You have no dodge because you did. Okay, so last game it worked against Ethan, right? That's fine. So I'm not gonna. You can't scold things that work sometimes and then don't work sometimes, right? It's just like, will it hit this time? Will it not? But let's look at, and this is my mentality on it. Let's look at you doing it this time and what happened. Because everything in the world is a 50% chance, right? It either will work or it won't. It'll either happen or it won't, right? So
Yeah.
this sidelight hits, and this side stick doesn't hit. So you rolled the wrong 50-50 this time, according to someone. You get hit by the sidelight there. And, oh, that was the second one. You get hit by the sidelight there. You have no dodge, so you're going to get hit by the sidelight. Wait, what? How far ahead are we? Hold on. Sorry. Okay, this is where we are. You GC side stick this time. It doesn't hit this time. You get hit by a sidelight there because of it. Now you are in a terrible spot. Have to contest the map again. Dodge just came back. He hits you with another sidelight. You don't dodge this one for some reason. You have dodge here, but the point is you can't really contest map. You're in a really terrible spot because you went for it again. So sometimes things will work, but you have to weigh the risk and reward. Your reward for that, this is your risk, by the way. This is what happened because you did that, just so you know. You're now in red, and you're off stage. Your reward for that was going to be 26 damage. Does that seem very risk-reward factor in the risk-reward? Is that very smart to go for? Yeah. So we continue on, though. Now your game plan has changed, and respect to you because you get into red here and you live till here, meaning you probably do damage back or something at least. So it's good for you. This is just Cody being slightly better than you, but there is a chance you could have done something. See, this is what I don't understand. Backdashing is so shit, and you should never do it. And you know it's shit, and you've talked to me, and you've been like, why do they still have it? They should just remove it because it's shit. It doesn't do anything. You do it 98% of the time by accident, and the 1% of the time you do use it is not really that good. So don't backdash ever. This happens to you because you backdash, and when you actually want to turn around, you're in recovery frames from that backdash. Right, this is when you are actually able to turn. You've turned and now your footing is there, but you get hit while you're turning. And Cody takes advantage of your backdash by chasing you down. That's fine. Good punish on that, and then you punish that. And see, this is good. This is exactly what I mean by making people do stuff. This isn't making them do anything. This is a punish. That is fine. Okay. Now this nair is different. You see dodges on the map. Here you nair. He doesn't have to get hit by this. He can give up map, right? He doesn't want to, so he has to get hit by it. That is exactly what you need. You need to throw out moves that make them say, okay, will I get hit by this or will I give up something, right? Whether it's a dodge, jump, or map. He doesn't have dodge. He can't jump to get hit by this. He has to go off stage. He doesn't want to. He's stubborn. He gets hit for 20 damage. That is exactly what you want when you play this weapon. Okay, he eats it, and then he does give a map. That recovery was really bad. Because if you've seen the hammer guide, you know that recovery nair is a string after white, and on white it's a true combo on 6 decks, I'm pretty sure. But you don't, he has no dodge here, and you should know that, but you do it really late. You don't go for the recovery. He can't get out of it. You look like you want to go down or something. I don't really understand what you're looking for, right? So, like, is your plan to go down with him or what? Like, if I had to ask you. Because here you nair him.
I thought he was gonna jump again. Okay. Or, like, try to come back on stage somehow.
Okay, because I'm just looking at it and it's like, okay, I hit him with the nair and then I looked away. Like, I was gonna start covering this area, read him here. But then you turned back almost immediately to look to do the recovery. So it didn't really add up. You just need to be more sure about what you're gonna do. Sound like Sarah, it's fine. The nair is good. Hit him again. Good punish. That was nice. That was stupid. The first one was nice though. Okay, this is too obvious. Good punish. Okay, don't throw your weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. Only ever throw your weapon like this if they are limited on options, meaning that they have to wake up with a jump. He doesn't have to. You can see he's on the ground here. So and this is real time. You can tell this. You can tell that he was on the ground. So don't throw your weapon. When he recovers, you throw it to stop the recovery. That's it. This is a free edge guard for you realistically, and you brought this all back in like a matter of seconds because Cody's really good at a lot of things, but if you can get a couple interactions with him, he keeps putting out gun moves back to back to back like this, and this is literally him doing that. Sidelight, then instantly he downlights. And then he jumps and instantly recoveries. So it's stuff like that will get Cody behind. And you can see it against his set with Sandstorm where he would always dodge the same way and then dodge and put something out immediately. Would lead to him getting punished. Stuff like that happens. You kind of punish it pretty well, especially since he's taking down 20 damage each time. You fumbled your edge guard here because you threw your weapon too early. Now you can't really contest him. That nair was whatever. Oh god. Okay, I'm not gonna look at that anymore. You can tell what's wrong with all of that.
Oh god, that was hard.
Slow. Slightly off, right? That's the second time now. This time it cost you a kill. So now this 30 damage you just took. Oh, Van Thurl. Anyway, that damage you just took there was because of you missing that kill, right? So now you can account to not only did you miss a kill, but you just took 30 damage because of it. You closed up here, so it's fine. Wow, he actually did that and he died because of it. Okay. I don't know why you kept guitars.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Build up.
1 second. Okay. Don't keep guitars on white. Hammer has a end light, side light, and you should do it instead of doing anything on guitars. Wow, what is wrong with him?
True.
That's true?
No, it's not true.
It's one thing,
Like,
and they almost always light by it. It's one of those things where they, because, for example...
I've done that a lot.
Yeah.
They haven't got hit by it.
Oh, you just doing it different, though.
They almost always dodge.
I never get people to dodge out of it. Maybe I'm just lucky. I also play Boulevard, but even when I play lower decks, it usually works for me.
I'm playing 3 decks, by the way.
Respect. But still, yeah, relying on reads is like really iffy when you can be doing a lot of damage. But that's just me. That's just like a discussion on whether guitars are good or not, so it doesn't matter. You do play them well here though, so you do end up with a damage lead. That's good. Punish. Then you read the dodge in. That was really nice. I would recommend here. You can argue with me if you want, or believe I'm not wrench. So this downlight, you jump, you nair, so he gets angled downwards off the map, and then you can contest him off stage if you were a better player. For the edge guard, right? It's less damage confirmed, but it's a reward that can be opened up for you. That being said, what you did was fine. Good job. Switch the weapons because you want to. You also switch the guitars out a lot, so I don't get why you would keep the guitars on white but then switch them out later.
For stuff like that.
the little off shot, you know. My guess are might not. Stomp was not good. You don't use Stomp enough, and when you do use it, it's really bad. And I've noticed that because even when I play against you, like in 1v1s or Hammer Dittos, you don't use Stomp nearly as much as I do, and your Stomps are all shit. This dodge was really bad for me, mainly because it was a dodge. It wasn't an instant dodge, but it was a jump then dodge in, so I don't get like what it was to do. Don't dodge like that. Then that was just a straight up dodge in. He was slow, but it was bad. This dare hits him, so it's fine. Hovering is not what Hammer does. Hovering doesn't get you anything. Right here you are hovering and it ends up with you jumping right into a move. You don't really need to hover unless you're baiting for a falling air. That falling air wouldn't have hit him. And it actually would have, but you should have done it like way instantly. Slow. Bad. Like, yeah, I think you can see what I'm talking about with the downlights. You need to get better at hitting them. Same thing with Ethan kind of happened here, except this time you didn't pressure. You didn't even pressure at all. This isn't too bad for Cody because he has a jump still. He don't have jumps here, as you can see. But you still kind of like are really praying that he just walks into this, right? It's not anything. It's just like, yo, maybe he'll be here, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not. Dash. You need to do something. You need to go towards him so that there is no maybe. The entire point of Hammer is that there's no maybe. There's go, so he will do this. I want him to do this. I'm going to make him do it. There's no maybe he'll do this. Side stick was bad. That one was less bad. Solid. Okay. So now, once again, we'll talk about a game plan. Now, this is game plan from winner's queue. You know there's a loser's queue. We all know there's a loser's queue. Your game against Ethan was loser's queue. This is point of view from winner's queue. So he just died. He's one stock. You are maybe a downlight recovery on guns. I'm not sure. I don't play that weapon. But you are nothing on axe will kill you yet, except a recovery at the top on the tip part or anything off sides. So you are now in winner's queue. Welcome to winner's queue, buddy. It's good to have you here. This is the map. This is you, especially with your good defense. You're not really gonna die really fast. You have a chance to build damage here. This is the zone you play now. Because why give him the chance to even do anything to you? You need to play center, and your reward for playing center will be damage while he tries to kill you. This isn't twos, so you don't need to. It doesn't matter that you're getting sent far. You will come back every single time, and you do damage each time you're not dead. You want to play center here just so you're not getting sent off stage and you don't have to contest stage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So your game plan here now should just be do damage. You have 3 hits before you die on most things, right? So think about it like this. Each of those hits he hits me with, I should hit him back, and if I'm lucky, I should hit him more than he's hit me. And that is your goal. That is the game, okay?
Okay.
Now let's see if you can actually do that. This time you decide that the Qatar thing wasn't gonna happen. Nair is good. Second Nair is fine. Nair is good. And you're still that 3 hits off, so keep that in mind. He hasn't hit you yet. You've gone 2 for 0. So now you're still on playing for 1 for 1, except now you've been rewarded with 2. 3. This Nair was the Nair wasn't the wrong move. Well, ooh, I'm going forward, sorry. The Nair wasn't the wrong move. What was wrong about the Nair was that it was spaced poorly. So you get this Nair, which is good. And then he dodges, but then you back up before you Nair. After you dodge, you give up pressure. You give up pressure a lot. You really don't need to. So there, you're still in control here. He just dodged. Why land and then chase him on the ground? What are you gonna do? As a backdash, by the way. What are you gonna do now? You just need to keep up with him. You have to keep up with him, especially on hammer, because each time you swing at him, he's gonna have to do something about it. It's fine though. So now you're moving and you're in neutral again. You lost that interaction. You got it back there. This is forced. You need to remember what your game plan is. Your game plan is to hit him. For each hit he hits you. He just dared you. Okay, now don't force. What is this? What is this for? He does nothing but dodge through you. Just chill, and go back to center. Play your game. He has to win this game. It is you have to lose it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He has to win this game, and you have to lose it. So don't lose. Just don't lose it. And I know it's like troll. Oh, just don't lose, bro. It's harder than that. Yes, but you are forcing yourself way too hard to do something. Don't do this now. It's not the end yet. Now that is bad because you don't give yourself a breath of fresh air here. And what I mean by that is, you get hit up, and then you immediately decide that you are going to contest the map. You don't need to. There is a wall there for you. Ethan knows a thing or two about wall hugging. You've seen him do it. So maybe touch the wall for a second and then go back on the map, right? Don't force yourself back on so fast. You suck. Oh my god. What the fuck? That tilted me. Okay. So this recovery was kind of lined up. I thought you were dead, but you weren't. So this right here, dodge up, but don't dare. Just dodge up. He matches your dodge up. This is where your dare starts up. If you didn't dare, you would have just floated on, and you'd be fine, because he starts going down soon, and you're just even with him. You just don't need a dare. The dare scared me, actually. I had a panic attack. Okay, you're on 20, 30-ish damage on him, so that's what you want. That's where you want to be. So now you just take it slow, you hit him, you play the game you've been playing the whole time where you hit him back, you trading. Now you can actually afford to trade. Sentinel's not too bad on the force or defense, so it's fine. That jump Sarah was bad, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's just really late. You're never going to punish like a dare with a jump Sarah. You're going to punish the landing or the catch or something. You get punished because of it. Super hard, unfortunately. GC downlight is always better than GC Downlight, literally always, because those moves do the same thing, except Downlight always does it better because it's more rewarding. So
Might have been a misinput, honestly.
I wouldn't.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue it. But now that's another misinput that costs you 30 damage. Bad dodge against. Dude, I hate this shit. Sorry, but whatever.
Like I don't know. I feel like I know how to dodge that, but every time I try to, I just get hit by
It's a different thing each time. The problem is this move, but we're not here to talk about balance. Anyway, sidelight nair hits you. Why did the sidelight nair hit you? Because a nair that had no respect to it or no goal to it, really. Like, what is this nair for? You're expecting him to go too high. He's too smart for that. Sare him. Looks like he tried to. What the fuck? Yo, a one-framer?
Hmm?
You touched the wall, got off, and got back on the wall with 3 frames. Yo, you're sick. I don't care what anyone says, dude. You're sick.
Thank you.
Yo, the one-framer! Respect, honestly. Fuck the punish, bro. Style on him. You missed the punish. Don't do that. That's 18 damage, right? You just did 18 instead of 20.
Yeah.
The top part is 18, and you did less. So you missed a couple punishes here. But that's fine. Backdashing fucks you because you could have enlightened him. This wasn't gonna hit you. I don't know why you backdashed. So you missed a punish there. And also, I hope you know that a lot of your movement can be replaced with attacks. Like that backdash could have just been a move, right? So you do that a couple times.
Yeah.
GC downlight and then you don't nair, you Sair. But respect for the Sair because you get that out of it. But
Yeah.
ignoring that this happens.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, ignoring that this happens. Think about it like this. The nair is always better. Not knowing what comes next, right? Like if you just saw this from someone, you go, "Oh, why didn't they nair there?" Right? You would ask yourself that.
Yeah.
You're fishing, bro. Like,
Wrong way.
no, fuck the wrong way. No jumps, no dodge now, and this is the best you could come up with. This is it. You're winning against Cody Travis. You just extinguished his options in the air. You're in a winning spot here. He has to land here. You are in a winning spot to take opportunity. This is the best you could come up with. And this is why I say that you guys aren't even bad in tournaments. You just lack the crucial part at the end where it's like, okay, now actually win the game. You're good till you actually have to win the game, because when you actually have to win the game, you decide that you just don't care. Yeah. That happens because you did whatever the fuck that was. You punished that. That's good. Don't dodge for no reason. This is what this is. So you are all moving fine. You jump and then dodge into him for no reason. He's not threatening you. He's not even facing your direction anymore. But you dodge into him for no reason. Oh, Allah. Okay, that nair was fine. It makes him dodge. It makes him what?
Go back to the side sig.
No, don't go back to the side sig.
Can I side sig?
No, you can't. That's the problem.
Okay.
That's why I said that. It's like you can't do anything. You could have tried to sidelight at best.
Yeah.
That's that. So that nair was fine. It made him dodge, but now you're going to dodge. You see what I'm saying? It made him dodge, so your reward is now you have dodge and he doesn't. So why do you taint your reward by dodging also? What are you dodging? What happened?
I was
So,
scared.
okay, so
Jump
now you
there.
yeah, now you're scared. So you jump nothing. I mean, you dodge nothing. So now you jump twice and dodge, and then you use your last jump here. Now you have nothing. Oh, you were scared of jump Sair. It happened. Wow. You were so scared of it that it killed you. Sair's fine. You need to get rid of this weapon right now.
Bro, I won here, man.
Sair here. Throw it away, realistically.
No.
No, I mean you can see.
Sig, what?
We'll look at what happens next, but I'm saying that you Sair and Sig watch, by the way. You Sair here and then you get rid of it to force a hammer to spawn, and then you kill him off any combo, just so you know. But that's why you switch it.
Look, he wasted so much stuff.
Wow.
Gosh, there, bro. Like, look, go back here.
No,
Here,
I don't want to.
actually,
I don't
Sig
want.
here.
No, no, I don't want
Sig
to. I don't
here.
want to. I don't want to.
Stop,
Oh,
stop.
I know. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I should have Sig there. Why did I do that?
It doesn't matter where you end Sig, bro.
No, he
Fucking
wasted everything.
yeah, I don't care about. The problem is that you moved past him. You could have done
I
what
know.
you could have done. Literally whatever
I
you
should've
wanted.
N-sigged
It's
earlier.
one thing to be. It's one thing to say I should have N-sigged here. You should have never even been here. You can downlight here. You can downlight him. You could have just straight up recovered him on this dodge, like right here. Okay, now recovery. Now recovery right here. There's so many things you can do. This is another instance of now he has to win this game, but you have to lose it, and you decide that you are going to lose it right here. When you leave that area that he has to contest, and you give him nothing. Anyway, you're a fucking win trader.
And then, yep.
Cringe
Force
weapon.
field.
Yep. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I know, I do that. I could have taken a second, please.
Why do you? What the fuck happens? Jesus, dude. Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. Oh, we didn't. One sec. Okay, this game. What happens? So you enter winner's queue here. You do a good job of playing it. Till you die. Actually, is this where you do a good job? No, you do a bad job of playing it.
Yeah.
Wait, yo, you lose here. Okay, and then you even it up. This was good because you evened up pretty fast. Mainly because you misinputted, but yeah. So you kill him here first, and that's fine. That's good. You played the stock well, that means, right? So we don't have to look at it too much. And then you play winner's key pretty good. Because you don't die and you do some damage to him before you die. This was a bad interaction from you. Mainly because you stay moving really tight on him without a jump. You shouldn't do that, but that's fine. So what happens next is you die and you're not too bad off. You need to now do damage to him before trade even. You can see by the health changing that you're not doing that. You're taking more than you're doing. That means you're playing the stock badly. We've already looked over the... Excuse me. That means you're playing the stock badly. We've already looked over the instances where you mess up or why you get hit where, so we don't have to look at it that in depth. But the point is that you start off with a lead, so you need to keep that lead going. You take way too much damage without dealing any back a lot of the time. And then there are about 2 instances in one stock where the game was won just based off of options he had left. On both those instances, you decide that it didn't matter that he had nothing left and that you had your own ideas. You had your own montage play to make. You can't do that. You won this game twice. You won this game twice and lost it once somehow. Think about that. Right here, no options, and you do that. And honestly, this was now I see why you did this. You thought you looked so cool doing that NSIG that you cosplayed yourself. Same no options, and then you move to the side and NSIG.
Yeah, but if I killed him, that would have looked so good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't even care either, bro. Shit, that shit would have looked fucking. It would have been the dopest.
Yeah. And then
you just die. It doesn't really matter what happens after that. That recovery could have been better, maybe, arguably. I don't know, but
I don't even know.
Yeah. So you need to play with your lead a bit better. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not asking you to play a perfect stock. That's never what I'm asking you. I'm telling you that you weren't playing. Not only were you not playing a perfect stock, you were playing a losing stock for the most part. You were getting hit more than you were hitting him, and you can tell that because of the fact that the health is even, right? And then past all that, fuck all that. You took 2 chances you had for kill pressure or just a lot of damage at least, and you turned them into flashy NSIGs, and don't know what to tell you. There's high risk, high reward, and then there's stupid. So you're not stupid, are you?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, he switched up the opening. King. For a worse opening.
Yeah.
This opening is literally worse. Okay, he does this opening instead, which relies on you giving up the weapon but also jumping, because you see how you don't pressure him? You go up and then you jump into the same line because you think he's gonna do that other opening. You got fucked, honestly. He read your read. Well played. He gets weapon because of that, and that's fine. That's not too much damage you took, and you evened up right there, so just get your weapon now. Don't go straight for this. Please tell me you don't go straight for this, because he's just gonna go sideline it. It's really obvious.
I think I did.
Okay, you don't.
Oh.
You don't even know yourself anymore.
The is smarter. The
yeah,
is smarter.
see? Shit, stop doubting yourself, bro. You got it. Okay, that dare is good. Punish with the nair. Second nair was too fast. It was too forced, because he can dodge, wait for the dodge, and then do the second nair, or do the sideline, or do whatever. Wait for the dodge, because second nair isn't sending him far, and he didn't dodge before it, so there's no reason to force 2 back-to-back options. Do the first nair and then react to the second nair. Okay, that's fine. Late. Bad. That was good. Wow, this is what you... I hate you, man. Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Yo! Yo, X Games,
you know about the stand? You know about the no movement?
I should have put this shit on the fucking guide, bro.
It's on the spot, Mafia.
Yo. Yo, if this was... You know what Ethan would say to this shit, dude? He'd be like fucking... Yo, after that GC downlight recovery, you could have fucking landed, side sig to read the fucking dodge down, bro.
No, you fucking... The ledge cancel into the D-light into another one.
Okay, so that was stupid, but whatever. It goes and he dodges down.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, he dodges down and then he has no dodge, but he dares here, so you punish it with a stomp. You miss the stomp, but the side sig catches the landing, so that's fine. That was actually not that bad. I will say that the stomp was useless. I like the side sig. The stomp was really bad. It was really useless, because you're not even close to him. I see where you're trying to be, but you're just off, right? It was a bait. Shut the fuck up. Edgeguard him. He recovered really,
I should have
obviously.
dashed that.
And what I mean by he's not like in a position to die here till like about here because he gives up height and you're contesting high. So you're in a position to ground pound here. He has no jumps left. You can see it. You dodge instead. This is a dodge nothing, by the way. There's no reason for your dodge. I don't like dodging. I don't like dodging because you can't cancel it. When you dodge, you are going to go the full way, right? Unless you do look back forth momentum cancel on your dodge. I can show you that techie tech a little later, but you can't. You're not doing that here. So you have to go all this entire way, and then you do this. You can't edge guard him now. You really can't because you've given up too much space on something you can't control. It's just a dodge. If you kept jumping or hovered, then you could have actually gone for something, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Slow. And then that dodge, don't dodge in. Slow. That recovery's good. Nice snare. And then you see, and that's again what I'm talking about. The nair forces a dodge, and then you sidelight because he has a dodge. That's good. Welcome back to Winner's Queue, Zacoi. How do you lose this one? I wonder.
So it gets worse. Like I got even bigger leads.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Winner's Queue. Alright, back to game plan. This is Winner's Queue you've entered. What is the game plan? We talked about it last game, so now you tell it back to me.
The winner skin? You just trade 1 for 1.
At worst.
At worst, and then just get more damage and
Before you die.
take.
Yeah, that is Winner's Queue. And you do that however you see fit. Now, we are going to look at how you did. You won Winner's Queue. Good job. So, now you're still in the lead. A big lead. We will get to this when we get there. But you're on... Jesus, man. You're in the lead.
Yeah.
And so, let's see what happens. You keep the guitars this time around. You remember how I went the first time? The little reedy read on the downside, good job. So, you keep it this time. Except you don't, and that's fine. Okay. Hit him! Hit him! No dodge here. No dodge, no dodge, no dodge, no dodge. You dash in. You dash back. You end like nothing while he has no dodge. Oh, what do you do?
How do I punish
End sig.
End sig?
If you want, yeah.
Yeah,
Or jump Sarah. You can still jump Sarah. Because it's... The reason you're so late on this is because of the backdash, by the way. I don't understand why. I don't understand why you would ever backdash. You understand that backdashing puts you in such long recovery that it's better if you were to walk to where you were going and then turn around? Like, I don't get why anyone would ever backdash. If you walked there rather than backdash and then Sarah, you would have done more damage.
Just a little breaky break.
Yeah, so don't backdash. The end light got you hit by a nair. Nair is good. And weapon starve. That was not a good end light, mainly because he was very clearly behind you by the time it came out. Nah, it was fine. Good job. I'm not gonna complain about that. You started it when he was still in front of you. You're greeting super hard. I've told you how you're supposed to play Winner's Queue. You're supposed to be patient. You're supposed to be smart. You're supposed to go at him when you see fit. You're going at him non-stop. You're not being smart with it. You're attacking a lot. Nice, good read. Don't. Nice. Avoid. Okay, he's trolling. Solid punish. What? You lose this game? That's greedy. You do this way too much because I don't understand why you keep doing this.
I carry space.
Oh! You know what creates even more space? Jumping right here and then nairing. Because this, let me show you what space you're creating, by the way. Since you think it's a little jokey joke. This is the move. A little big hitbox here. They can't come here. You've created this space. You don't control anything else. He lands freely. You're in long stun. That's the space you've created. He's free now. He can do whatever he wants, by the way. He lands here because you're in stun, and then he moves away. This is that space, by the way.
Yeah.
And then, so you move.
Make it bigger.
this is all the recovery frames by it, and he gets to land, and now you have to do nothing, by the way. Stun, I meant recovery, doesn't matter. So he gets to move after, because this doesn't do anything for you. It just doesn't, and it's like, it clearly doesn't. I get when you do it, and the good time, I've seen you do it good. The first time you hit it in the first game was actually good, because it actually does create space, like you're saying. Though you did it while he was still on the ground, because it's actually supposed to make him jump, or it's supposed to make him leave the ground. That's good, but he's in the air. He has to move into this. You can't use it like that. It doesn't make sense. Why would he move into this? When he's in the air, wasting resources, your job is to move into him and Nair, so he has nothing. That's the goal. Why are you end-sigging? Anyway, continuing. That was a bad Nair, mainly because it's clear which direction he's moving when you go for it. Like, what? How do you miss this? You have so much time to dictate and decide, right? So why Nair?
I'm just addicted to dashing.
Yeah. Do you actually dash a lot? I can't tell. You dash a bit. Okay. We're gonna look at. I don't have any of my replays saved, but if we were to look at a game of me against me and Phazon, and I did this with someone else. I don't think that video is going up, but I did it with someone else. And I compared their moving to mine. I dashed 8 times that entire game, maybe. You only dash to get in range to punish, and you only dash if the gap between you two are really, really, really big. Because dashing...
What about your movement?
You move normally without the dash.
What about if you try and go fast, move fast?
If you're trying to move fast... Yeah, okay, buddy. Mess them up, by the way. You're messing yourself up more. This is literally that. Dash jump makes you go too far. Move a bit jump will not make you go too far. Does that not make sense? Is that not true?
I know that. I'm just saying in general.
Dashing in general makes you move a bit further than you would expect if you're spamming it. So stop spamming it. You know, if you are good, you will know when you need to dash to get into rangers to something. You will know when to dash to confuse someone. This is not that. You dash a lot, and it just puts you out of range for everything you would like to do. This was a jump for freedom, and then after you jumped and you were separated, you moved back into him, really for no reason. Like, cause there's nothing to do. You don't know what he's doing, obviously, but what were you going to do when you moved back into him, right? Like, when you got free from this by jumping up, what was your plan now? To falling there, maybe? That's like the only excuse you could have for moving back down there, but it's just not that smart. But you have a big lead, so it doesn't matter. Okay, game plan. Him twice, and then look for kill options, right? Yeah. That is the game plan. Let's see what happened, okay?
Oh, I remember this song.
You decided
It's just the god at guns.
You decided that you were going to re-enter loser's queue. It doesn't matter how good he is at guns when your game plan is literally to stand still and hope you hit him 3 times, realistically. And I will give Cody all the respect in the world. And by that, I mean that I am not saying that you end this stock in white because you just have to hit him a couple times. You died first. That's insane. That is insane. That is insane, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying this, if we are like being real here, OB jacket. Okay, sorry, we're being real here. This is, I'm pointing at my screen with my fucking hands. This is where you kill him. If we're being like super real, if we're saying that, oh, Cody's this fucking beast because you had to hit him 3 times. Are you that much worse than him that you can't hit him 3 times, right? You're not.
Guns, bro. Just watch.
I'm going to watch, and I'm going to give him the praise where he deserves it. But, Jesus. We're not even talking... We haven't looked at the site yet, so don't take it too close to heart. We haven't looked at what happens. But I'm saying that if you ignore what happens, right? Take that out for a second. This should never happen if you are trying to win, right? This is just not a thing that happens. You end this stock more damage than he is. That's crazy. Especially with a game plan set. Okay, continuing on. He clears that, keeps guns. Dares you, it's fine. You could have punched there with an there because you were, he didn't respect your, this is one of your free hits, by the way. He didn't respect your frames of invincibility. You're still in them. Yeah, so now jump near him because you're still in them, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Continuing on, you need a weapon. Get one right here. Okay, that's 2 nairs that you eat back to back because of the hovering. Stay punish. That's solid. Ensig is bad. Dodge, and then you stay above him. You've talked to our good friend Boomy, and he has told you not to stay above guns because they are not good. That's not good for you. You waste your jumps, keep getting juggled, and then as soon as the juggling stops, as soon as you have a breath of freedom, instead of resetting your jumps, you jump again, and you dare. Now there's being a god of guns, and then there's playing against someone who's not going to pay attention to their options. Reads your dodge. Misses the full punish. He punishes that. Okay. I mean, if you're going to suck Cody's dick, at least try to play correctly. This downlight had no jurisdiction because he was too high, obviously. You get punished for it. You recovery without touching the wall, and it's a straight up recovery. You haven't reset anything, you just straight up recovery him. Even though it's not in range for anything, you get punished for it. You get punished for then daring. You're playing so fast for no reason. You're throwing out a move every single time anything happens to you. You dare again, and you make it back to stage, and then you die. I mean, honestly, Van could have done that to you. Because he didn't really do anything. He's good, yeah. He punishes you for every mistake you make. But why are you making so many mistakes? What is this? Jump, and then you don't reset your jumps, you jump again, and then you attack. I've already told you not to attack out of jumps, so next time you won't do that. Reads you here, and then in fact he misses his follow-up on the read, so that's more bad than good from him so far. Punishes you again for, looks like you dared nothing. You're directly above you're directly above him here. And what you do is dare. He hasn't gone anywhere. So your angle is always going to land you here. So I don't see why you throw it out yet. It's really rushed. So you see what I'm talking about, where it's like you're going, oh, he's insane at guns, but why are you rushing so hard? Nothing, you haven't hit him yet at all. Dodge, and instantly attack, you're going to get punished. Recovery instantly, you're going to get punished. Dare instantly, you're going to get punished. What? Like, you can't play like that. You just can't. And let's talk about time. This is a 44-second stock. Then you played about another 40-second stock here. This is another 40 seconds to play. So why do you play this stock in like barely 30? You play this is 20 seconds almost that you play this stock. Why? Right? Like, why are you not giving yourself any time? Why do you attack out of everything? Anyway, game plan. Okay. Game plan is to kill him when you get back now. That won't happen because you are tilted out your mind. I would be too after that stock. But game plan is to kill him when you get back now, right? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You kill him. Oh, a bit late. It's fine. It's a bit late. Weapon starve keeps the guns. You jump in. You dodge for no reason, by the way. Yeah.
This is very
What the fuck is wrong with you? Holy shit. Use all your jumps, then dodge nothing to stay in the air. And
I
then
gotta get the weapon.
you gotta get the weapon. You can't get the weapon. Look, you're not even jumping the weapon.
Oh, this is so good.
Look, you spam your jumps even before the weapon is there. And then you decide, I gotta get the weapon, so you dodge up. Okay, you could have done that without turning. You can do this forward, so just ensig here. Ensig to him. Why give him like room, right? You're giving him free time.
Just so to the man.
Wait, you said something. No, hold on. You said when you got hit by this, you said this is really good from him. Where? What point? Where?
The double dare. Instead of please don't play, just go for it. It's there.
Yeah, I mean you dashed into him. You know.
Okay, yeah, he fucking reacted to my dash.
That wasn't a reaction to the dash. He just dared instantly.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
Why'd you dash into? Why'd you move into him? Why you never
Because
get?
Sarah.
You never ever
was
get
gonna
hit
say.
and move into them ever, even if it's against Sarah, because you back up from the Sarah and then you dash in to punish the Sarah. Why would you move into him ever? You never move into people when you get hit. Unless it's spear or lance, because spear can't do anything when you move into it. N-sig there, like I already said, you get punished for it. You don't dodge that. You're hovering him in area, like, and then not throwing out anything. You don't throw out a move. This is how long it takes you to throw out a move. Finally throw one out, and it's at nothing. Side sig nothing. Fuck you. Respect!
The bait? You like it?
Yeah. Little baby. That's how my dad was.
Yeah.
Dude, you lost this game. What's wrong with you?
I know. I
Sad.
bring it back a bit.
Oh, a little bit? Yo?
I don't play. That should have hit. No, I don't even care what you say. I read it.
No, he literally dodged it. He dodged it.
Dodging.
Dodging.
Yeah, fix that.
They need to fix that shit, bro. Remove dodge from the game. Okay. So this stock was good. This stock was very good, and you kill him. This stock was very good. You don't kill him. This stock doesn't exist. You won't even, like, everything was wrong. Literally everything was wrong. You never, ever, ever had an ounce of threat or pressure on him at all. Everything you did was terrible. We already went over it all. But you didn't play your game plan. You couldn't kill him. You come back, and you copy and paste the last stock somehow. Waste all your jump. Go for obvious weapons. Get punished by moving into him when you don't need to. And stuff like that. So, yeah. Weird chap. Okay. So, if I had to pinpoint... Yeah, you could have won. Could have, would have, should have. That was your second place, and instead you went to play b-ball after. So, if we had to pinpoint what is wrong with you, well, you're not scary, right? That was a Monsters Inc. reference, if you were wondering. Monster University. Mike Wazowski, they tell him he's not scary. That was a little reference.
Yeah.
Yep.
You look like Mike Wazowski.
Okay, you're not scary. You're not, you don't pressure anyone. No one's ever worried about you hitting them. Ethan literally walks at you this entire game for the most part. And yeah, you just don't command any respect with your moves. The moves you do are just moves that don't really do anything like that. Like, he just walks up to you and dances you after it. So,
I can't believe I won that set.
yeah, I don't know how you flip the switch so much. Maybe you should have sent me some wins so I can talk about things that you do well to win a game, but you only sent me losses.
Don't even. You didn't say that to me, okay?
I didn't say that. I said, send me your average game. This is fine. You got work out of this.
No, you said send me losses.
Are you okay? Do it all gotta be losses? No. Why are you lying? What's the point of lying? Look, he's literally lying. Okay. Jesus. You just, like, straight up lied. Like, why would you lie?
Nah,
Yo,
he
leave
told
me
me that.
alone, bro. I'll give you a win. Please.
What? You literally
That's
just
extra.
lied to me.
Can we go one more replay?
No,
please,
we
sir?
can't. I'm ending the video after I tell you what you need to fix. So you need to command more respect on Hammer. Your guitar strings are okay. You don't play them that much. And when you do, you look fine. I can't give you, like, a big in-depth of what you're doing wrong. There are times where you attack when you have no jumps. Like, at the end of that Cody game, right? Like I mentioned. And you need to know when your downlight's actually going to hit because you got punished at the end there. But for the most part, your strings and your reads are solid. They're fine. We talked about how, like, some of the stuff could be extended even further, or you can do something else to send them into a worse position for a trade-off of damage. Like, you did downlight recovery, and that's damage, but downlight nair would have sent them off stage, right? We talked about that. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. You play mainly Hammer. The thing is, you play Hammer in a way where it's like, oh, why should they give a fuck about you? Like, Ethan just practically just stays around you the entire game. He should never be able to stay around you the entire game. You don't use your grounded moves like at all. I've noticed. You're always jumping. You're fishing for air stuff. You need to use your grounded moves. Your grounded moves downlight is so broken. Like I'm being serious. Just do your grounded moves sometimes. Like, you're always fishing for stuff like that. You're never on the ground. So work on your grounded game on hammer. Don't dash so much. That's not helping you. It's hurting you. Play around your moves more, as in like throw out a move that makes them do something, because a lot of the moves you throw out don't really do anything, or they hurt you because they're easily punished, right? You need to throw out moves that aren't easy to punish, and then they have to be reacted to. You have to force something out. If I had to pick, that's 3 easy things to work on, right? So your movement is kind of flawed, like, and we talked about how you were missing a couple things, and it was fine that you were missing them. They were just like slightly off, right? Miss space. But like I said, how many times are you allowed to miss space it before you just miss an entire stock, right? So yeah, it's stuff like that. Everyone has to work on their spacing, so it's fine. I'm gonna end YouTube video right there.